what you're looking at is the best example, maybe ever, of a man who picked up a baseball and threw it at people, daring them to hit it. If there were any better, it probably was only a couple, maybe Walter Johnson or Satchel Paige. Maybe. And the crazy thing is, he didn't start out that way. He was wild. No one knew where the ball was going to wind up after it left him. Then a curious thing happened, which we'll get to later, that made him, for 4 years, practically unhittable. 1-0 games, 2-0 games, never getting much run support. Just he out there, beating them all. In a way, Johnson was like that too. Very little run support. Johnson basically only had a fastball, but it was a fearsome thing. Koufax had 2 pitches, a fastball and a curve. And the crazy thing is, they knew what was coming. He didn't even try to hide it. That was it. When after he got good, he just mowed them down with it. Yogi Berra, facing him in the World Series, once said, "I can see how he won 25. What I can't see is how he lost 5. And Casey Stengel, the same series, looked over at somebody and said, "You can have your Rube Waddell, your big train. That kid's better than any of them." But what I want to go into now is how he got so good. First of all, look at that delivery. It's like a bowman, an archer delivering an arrow. There aren't many, if any, that's ever had quite that kind of a stride. And the result is something fearsome. Anyway, back to the story of how he lost his wildness. Had he not, and it was there for 5 or 6 years, he was going nowhere fast with the Dodgers. He'd go up and down, they'd bring him in. It got so bad after a while that he quit for all practical purposes. He took his spikes in at the end of the season and handed it to the guy who ran the dressing room there, and with the indication that he wasn't coming back, basically told him to throw the damn things away. It got that bad. But next season, and here's where it comes in, how he all of a sudden, through a fluke practically, got as great as he became. He had gone down with only eight of his teammates for a spring training game, and they were playing. And in the middle of the first inning, at the top of the first inning, he not only walked 1, 2, but 3 batters. And the catcher went out and told him, Sandy, we can't walk anymore. Whatever you do, get the damn thing across the plate. So he determined all of a sudden, I guess, to slow the pitch down some, or at least try to control it, not overpower them. And he managed to retire the side. And thus it went. Just trying to control the ball. Now, unbelievable that for 5-6 years he had never tried to throw the ball slower. But at the end of that game where he beat whatever team it was, the catcher told him, you know, Sandy, that sounds crazy, but I got a feeling that you're throwing it even faster than before. And from that point on, just by trying to throw the ball slower, maybe it was his rhythm or whatever it was that kicked in, he became the hardest pitcher to hit in baseball. 4 straight seasons, 4 no-hitters. Finally, the perfect game that he was throwing was so good. And he didn't even have his best stuff that game. His curve was, memory serves, the curve was not working or something. At any rate, he went at the catcher when he came out said, "What are we going to do?" And as I say, his cap kept flying off, and he was trying so hard, and he said, "I'll just blow it past him. I'll just blow it past him." And that's it. How he became the greatest pitcher, probably, for those 4 years that ever threw a baseball.